People often think hospice is a place where someone can come to die, and I very much view hospice as a way to support people through their life, living their life.
It's about approaching death but being alive the whole time. Living your life, not laying there waiting for that last breath.
Because every day is a gift. And so no matter whether they're in the dying process or whatever, it's still a gift that day that they can have with their family, that their family can have with them.
The day that someone loses someone that they love is a day that they remember for the rest of their lives. And so it's really a privilege and an honor to be a part of that.
I think it's sacred work myself. And for me, it's something that I just get so much more from the families than I probably give to them.
There's no place I'd rather be than right there with them. And I feel so good that I am able to help them.
We're so privileged to do this work. We're privileged to do it. We're honored to make this journey.
My husband Tom had prostate cancer for about 11 years, and it had gotten to the point where we knew that it had spread.
July of 2006, Dad was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer.
2002, my husband Dave found, his hairdresser found a large, what she thought was a birthmark in his scalp, but that wasn't there before, and it turned out to be melanoma.
Neil had colon cancer for approximately 19 months that was metastasized to his liver.
It was the worst experience of my life, but it was made as good as it could have been made because of Penn Hospice.
You couldn't have asked for better care. Anything we needed, we got. Kathy, as I needed medicine, had it FedExed in. It was there the next morning. I never had to leave the house once he was on hospice, which was big for me because I couldn't leave him alone, and it was just me.
You feel so helpless. You feel like you don't know what's coming down the pike. And to have this sort of group of people who were there sort of helping you with all those various aspects.
He had a great social worker. He loved the nurses that came to see him. He felt like he had a tremendous support.
The care was phenomenal. Warm people, caring people that just made things much lighter.
It was amazing. I could call at 3 o'clock in the morning because he was fidgety, he was agitated, he was in pain, or he was upset.
3 o'clock in the morning sometimes, midnight sometimes, 6 a.m. sometimes.
And 15 minutes later or 10 minutes later, some nurse or doctor would call me back and walk me through what I needed to do.
The Penn Hospice staff are exceptional. They are a unique combination of caring, compassion, and competency, and are enormously dedicated to the mission of hospice care.
It is an amazing group of people. We have doctors, myself and other doctors, nurses, nurse practitioners, social workers, chaplains, volunteers.
People that recognize that this is not always going to be easy work, and it really is dealing with a part of life that most people don't deal with all the time.
We're interdisciplinary, truly, because we have to rely on one another. This work is too hard to do alone.
There has to be someone there to support the person who's dying, and there has to be someone there to support the person who's supporting the person who's dying, and there has to be someone there to support that person and that person and that person.
I've worked in healthcare a long time, and I will tell you that this is a team that cares about and supports each other while they're caring about and supporting patients and families.
A crisis happens, we all miss dinner, we all stay late, and nobody complains. Everybody says the next day when I say to people, I know that was hard on your family, thanks so much for staying. My team always says, it's what the patient needed.
And we're all focused on the same goal, which is to allow the individual who's dying to die the way that they would most want to.
As much as families would like to try to care for somebody at home, there comes a point where sometimes family can't do it. And I think it's important for us to be able to have a resource that allows families that option.
I think a dedicated unit would be an added blessing, just to have a place that we can send people, that we can focus on tranquility and experts in pain management and just symptom management in general.
Most patients want to die in their home, and we've created a space that is as home-like as possible for those patients that just don't have a symptom that can be managed in the home or don't have the resources.
To provide expert symptom management, to provide expert support for patients and families, and maybe most importantly of all, to do it in an environment that's designed for patients and families.
As we do now in their homes, but in a unit like this where we can provide them that whole different level of hospice care.
The creation of the Penn Hospice at Rittenhouse will fill an enormous need for inpatient hospice care in Center City, Philadelphia, and the entire Philadelphia region.
A hospice unit that will provide the most outstanding care for patients and to be a model for other hospices in the region and for other hospices across the nation.
State-of-the-art facilities, but it will be a very home-like setting. We have a family room in which patients and families can gather together. It'll have a fireplace, and we have other amenities such as a dining area, a kitchen facility. We'll have a quiet space where people can go and read or reflect.
So if they need a space to just go and think or read or just have a quiet meal, that they're able to do that, and then just 10 or 50 feet away at most, they come back and be with their loved one.
We've had incredible support from the Penn Health system and the community at large in building this inpatient hospice unit. The Comcast Spectacor Foundation, the Hutch Project, IMC Construction have all stepped forward with major gifts for the unit because they realize the importance of needing a unit like this for inpatient hospice care.
To be able to donate to a unit like this where patients will be able to always have that place to go, that safe place, that comforting place at the end of their life.
And for a donor, that's what I believe that we're providing, that a donor is helping us create, is to create this environment where everything will go right, to create this environment where people will look back forever with fond and loving memories that they got to be with their loved one and take care of them and be with them and say goodbye.